Hello, sacred souls. It's Susanna from Alamanic Shaman. What I have here for us tonight is more healing from lack consciousness and um, trying to work with the energy of money and connecting to the spirit of money. And so basically, there are a few videos over the last little while that I've seen or come across where they also mention money as an energy, and basically you can treat it like a spirit of some sort, similar to how, let's say, the great spirit of the bear is basically like the energy of the entire bear collective. That's how I understand it, at least. Okay, if anyone sees it differently, please don't come at me, but that's how I feel it. That's how it feels to me anyhow. And with money, it's kind of the same thing. It's like this collective energy, right? Now, I recently had a conversation with someone who was very strongly opinionated about how money was evil, and I argued against it, telling her that it's a tool and it depends on the person who yields it or uses it, how they use it, if they use it in a good or a bad way, if they use it in an evil or a good, like beneficial way. And I think she could follow my thought patterns enough to kind of make sense to her. But at the same time, I also knew that she was so stuck in her rejection of money and her demonizing of money that I used to be stuck in as well in the past. So I could kind of understand where she was coming from and where she was at. But I have a feeling she's going to stay stuck in it for quite a while longer because she is very, very strongly opinionated about it. Anyway, sorry, I don't mean to be laughing, but yeah, sometimes when people feel very strongly about something, they're not quite open enough to see a different perspective. And I get it, because coming to this point also took me a long time. So, and I know many of you are probably in a similar situation. I actually noticed my subscriber count dropped a little bit after the last one that I did about money. So wrapping ourselves in the safety of money, I suppose it didn't appeal to everyone. But again, this is a very sort of emotionally charged topic where there has been a lot of misconception about how money and spirituality cannot go together or even coexist. It seems in some circles that seems to be very dominant, that way of thinking. And from what I've observed, there's quite a double standard, because I've been to ceremonies where I know the medicine man received several $100s as payment for being there, yet in those same circles, it keeps being sort of perpetrated that, you know, they shouldn't charge for ceremonies and so on. So it's like there's kind of a weird double standard, and there seem to be contradictory messages. But anyhow, my point is that I've been around quite a few people in those circles where they reject money very, very strongly as a substance of evil, basically, right? And this is something that keeps us very, very stuck. Because, as I mentioned before, money is part of the divine abundance that is available to anyone who is open to it. And if we had our minds and hearts close to it, then we couldn't be open to it. And as many things, when we vehemently reject something, then it doesn't come to us, right? So in order to heal that, let's try to connect with the spirit of money to help us be more open to it, to get a better understanding, and to heal our relationship with money. Okay, so I'm going to jump right in and start the smudging in a second, but I just wanted to quickly mention, speaking of all that, rather than mentioning at the end of the ceremony, I want to mention it beforehand. So if throughout this you enjoy the video and you feel it's beneficial, please do like, share, and subscribe. And also put it in the comments below, because I love to hear feedback from you of how it helped and so on. Now, I know this is kind of an interesting topic for that, so maybe under some other videos it might be clearer to you, like how it might help you. But anyhow, if I forget to mention it in some videos, then please try to remember it as well. I love reading your feedback. Okay. Also, I do have a PayPal link down below for anyone who would like to contribute to the channel. And also, if you would like to join the Facebook group in like a month or two from now, probably by the end of the summer, I would like to have monthly support sessions where we focus on finding a positive perspective to situations where we might feel stuck. And that shall really sort of be a group effort, right? That we all kind of try to find positive perspectives. Okay, anyway, so I'm looking forward to that, and I'm just hoping that more people will sign up in the meantime. And let's jump right in and start smudging. I'm actually going to use a match just because it is getting a little tricky to light some of these. So let's see, that should work. Ah, beautiful. Just as I had hoped. Ta-da! Let there be light, and there was light. I'm kidding. Well, not really, but sort of. Okay. But there's enough smoke. Perfect. Okay. Please cleanse, clear, and renew all of our energies and take away anything dark, low vibrational, and unhealed, and transmute it into pure divine essence and return it to the universe for reintegration. And help us fully and completely reconnect to our own inner divinity. There's still an issue there with our voice expressing ourselves enough that is stopping us from being fully connected to our own inner divinity. Thank you, spirits. And help us also reconnect to the divinity all around us, and through that help us be in oneness with all of creation. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations. Okay. Dear divine higher power of the universe, our higher selves, our higher spirit guides of the light, our ancestors that are in the light, dear Mother Earth, powers of all four directions, powers of the east, powers of the south, powers of the west, powers of the north, powers of all four elements, air, earth, fire, and water, and all other benevolent powers, forces, spirits, and beings of the universe that are of the light, please join the ceremony and assist the healings, prayers, and protection with all of your powers. Thank you. Please close the circle of protection around us. Thank you. And, sorry, I forgot, especially for this ceremony, as a special spirit and energy, let us invite the energy, the spirit of money into our ceremony. Please join us and help us heal our relationship that we have with you. Help us get to know you and work with you rather than against you. And help us fully and completely open ourselves up to financial abundance that is a part of divine abundance. And help us really understand how to shift our perspective in the best possible way. Thank you. Dankeschön. All my relations. All right. First of all, let us give thanks for all the money that we already have in our wallets, in our bank accounts, in our pockets, in possibly in investments, or as part of what we own. Let's say if we own a car, then that's worth a certain amount, right? If you own a condo or a house or anything else that is of value, maybe a musical instrument or any tools or anything else that may be of value that may not directly be money, as you can see on the altar here, but that is still kind of that has a certain money value attached to it. So thank you for all of that, and thank you for all the riches that we have in our lives in other ways. Oh, the picture jumped again, so there's something going on there again. Let me move this a little closer. Sorry, 1 second. Here we go. Oh yeah, I forgot to clean out part of the left side here. Sorry. Sometimes I store stuff under here when I'm not filming. I forgot. Sorry. So thank you for all the riches in our lives that come in all different forms. We can be rich in friendships. We can be rich in help and support that we get. We can be rich in luck. We can be rich in joy for life. We can be rich in many, many different aspects. So thank you for all the riches that we already have in our lives. Great Spirit of the money, please help us understand you, help us connect with you. For many of us, it is our very first time to really connect with you as an energy, as a collective energy that can be considered sort of a spirit or great spirit of money. I'm, especially because of the last conversation, I guess, but I'm still picking up on a lot of resistance that was imposed on us through society, through people around us, through beliefs that are all around us, that may be in the media or elsewhere. What's coming through is that money has been very misunderstood. Thank you. It was demonized mainly by the powers be and religions to control people through poverty. We all have the right to live a life of ease, joy, and abundance. But that can only happen when we have financial freedom. And freedom is the other thing that those that try to keep us controlled or under control. Freedom is another thing that they try to restrict. And money is an excellent way for them to do that. So money has been very, very misunderstood. It was initially a divine blessing, a different way to exchange goods in an easier way. So back in the day when the barter system was in place, people had to figure out how many chickens, let's say, a goat was worth or something else. And assigning money value to things, like the whole invention of money, made it a lot easier. It could be carried around easier. You could travel with much lighter pockets and get what you needed. So initially, thank you, it was actually a wonderful invention, and it was human greed that started, and of course control, that started to give it that negative connotation and reputation that was really falsely imposed on money as a means of an easier exchange and as a tool, in a sense. Thank you. When people are stressed about earning enough money to pay all their bills and having all these financial obligations, it is harder to break free from the matrix. It is harder to sit down in peace and meditate and focus on spiritual growth and healing. It is harder to just be centered and grounded in general. And when people are stressed out about their financial situation, they basically continue to live like slaves to the financial system without realizing it. They are under the illusion of having freedom, except they don't have it because they don't have financial freedom. Thank you. Okay, so it is recommended that after the ceremony, whenever the time is convenient for you, you take some quiet time with money. Thank you. And actually hold it. Touch it, hold it, feel it, and meditate with it. Connect with it. You can also hold coins and feel into the energies some more. There's interference going on again. The humming is getting really bad again in the background, so give me a moment, please. Sorry. I do want us to have as much quiet and silence as we can, so just bear with me. Thank you, Great Spirit of the Money, for coming to us for having been in our lives, at least to some extent, even though we kept pushing you away, even though we believed all the negative propaganda. Thank you for being a divine blessing, not just in our lives, but in this world, to allow all the good people to use it in a way that can actually help others. There are wonderful initiatives to help many different people, animals, plants, to help Mother Earth, to help homeless people, to help endangered species, and so on. And a lot of people donate money to help, even if they don't have time to help directly, or if they're not able to, for whatever reason, they're physically maybe limited to where they live, or they're just not as mobile to go to where the help is needed, let's say. Thank you for allowing us the freedom to do all the beautiful, wonderful things in this world that we have kind of denied and deprived ourselves of when we were in lack consciousness. And we can start small, but let us start by taking even just a mini vacation over a weekend, maybe just a little drive for an hour, 2 hours outside the city or wherever you live, or even just going to a wonderful park where you can sit under a tree or by the water or both, where you treat yourself to a purchase of something that you've really wanted for a while. Thank you for helping us shift our perspective to see the blessings rather than the negative aspects. Thank you, Great Spirit of the Money. You have the power to bring great joy into our lives if we allow it. And I feel that this rattle that always reminds me of the German carnival, to me is always an expression of joy. So, sorry, I got to share this quickly with you. I got to tell you in a way that you can hear it. So the image that just came back into my mind was actually something that doesn't even cost anything. They're like back in the area where I'm from, in all the different towns and cities, they usually have carnival parades. And depending on where in Germany someone is from, that can look differently, like in central or a little bit more towards the north, northern part, central part of Germany, let's say. They do a lot of silly things where they also do like a lot of comedy, like stand-up comedy, that kind of stuff. Whereas in the South where I'm from, there are full body costumes with carved wooden masks of like harlequins, witches, devils, and so on. And they often have also these kind of rattles around their ankles, and then rattles like that they shake. And my dad was actually part of one of those carnival troops for a while. And it's like a whole group of one kind of costume, and then there's another group, and so on. And they prepare for a long time. They work on the costumes. And then in the parade, usually like they pull out like a handful of girls from the audience and pretend to kidnap them and drag them along. And once it actually happened that I was standing in the front and they chose me. And of course, you know, you play along and get totally into the role, and it's like, no, but of course you're totally happy and you go along with them and jump and, you know, kind of, it's not quite a dance, but it's sort of a theatrical performance in a sense. And then of course after, I don't know, 50 or 100 meters, they let me go again and thank me and stuff, right? So like it's a lot of fun. It's just playful, and to me it was like really enjoyable, right? So that's kind of what comes to mind. And I know this is not specifically like money oriented, but when we're free from money worries, it's also easier to have that kind of fun and joy and just lightheartedness. But additionally, we can also like do things that cost money and go to places where, let's say, there's an entrance fee or whatever, and just really immerse ourselves into enjoyable experiences in whichever form appeals to us, right? So, let all the stress and worry that we've carried within us about our financial situation and about paying all the bills and all of that, let it just float away. Let us bless the experiences with love and release them from our lives now and forever. Let them float away. Now that we've gained deeper understanding. Ooh, that was a good energy wave. And let us return to that fun, joy energy, that worry-free energy that children still have, and that we can return to when we don't have those kind of burdens that we carry around with us. But we let go and we trust the universe. We trust you, Great Spirit of the Money, to come to us in abundance, to support us, to help us. Please also come to us and guide us either in dreams or visions, in meditations, in whichever form is easiest for each of us. Come to us and guide us to let us know in which way we should try to earn money or find a way to make money, to receive money, to do it in cooperation with you, with your guidance, and in a good way, in a divine way, where we don't use or abuse people, where we don't step on anyone, but we also recognize what we're worth. We recognize our own self-worth and value And we accept the abundance with open arms. And so it is. Thank you. Dankeschön. All my relations. Let peace, love, and harmony enter the space, and let it be the way through which we connect with money now, moving forward and forever. We breathe in trust and love, and we breathe out worry and stress. Let the energies now flow freely. We bless all the expenses that we have, all the money that we send out into the world. We bless every dollar, every cent, or whatever your currency is, every euro, every yen, every, please put whatever name your currency has there. We bless it all as it goes out to be multiplied and magnetized and returned to us tenfold, 20-fold, multiplied and multiplied. More and more shall start streaming in. We're open for the abundance. We're open for all the blessings. We are finished with the old programming. We're open for the true blessing that money can bring into our lives, and we shall use it for good. We shall use it to help others, and we thank the divine as well as the spirit of money for all the blessings that we know are on their way. And so it is. Thank you. Dankeschön, all my relations. Oh. All right, everyone. If you'd like to stay in these energies a bit longer, please pause the video. For the rest of us, let the ceremony now be finished, and let us give massive amounts of love, thanks, gratitude, and blessings to our divine team. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, a special thank you to the Great Spirit of Money. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for connecting to us after we finally realized the deeper truth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And please open the circle of protection around us, but keep us strongly safe, shielded, and protected by a massive 12D shield of golden light with the divine seal of protection. And so it is. Thank you. Dankeschön, all my relations, all our relations. And I want to thank all of you again for watching, for being a part of the ceremony, and for being on your own healing and ascension journey. I totally appreciate you being here and supporting my channel, also being a part of my own healing and ascension journey. I feel honored to have you as part of my collective, and I send you so much love and light, so many blessings and protection. Be well until next time, and I wish you great abundance. May truth and integrity always be with you. Bye.